Brothers and sisters, today I speak to you with a heart ablaze with fire and truth. Because too many walk through this world with a lukewarm faith, with doubt in their hearts, with the whisper of the world saying, "But is it true? What if it's just an invention?" But there is a reason we felt compelled to make this video. And there is a reason why you, today, are watching it. It is not a coincidence. It is not just another video among many. This is the moment for you to become aware of the truth, to open your heart to what saves, to what redeems. And perhaps you are the one called to become an instrument of truth, sharing it with those who still live in the darkness of doubt. Today, right now, before your very eyes, I will bring you 3 irrefutable proofs that demonstrate that the Catholic faith is the truth. And at the end of this video, no one will be able to say, "I didn't know." This is the moment of decision, the moment when the Lord is speaking to you, the moment when your heart can no longer remain indifferent. Are you ready to receive this truth? Many speak of the apparitions of Fatima, of the messages of the Virgin Mary, and immediately the skeptics laugh, saying they are illusions, hallucinations. But today, I will not talk about that. Today, I will tell you about a historical fact, documented, undeniable, the miracle of the sun. It was October 13th, 1917. The Virgin Mary had promised a sign, a visible sign for all, a sign that would silence all doubt. And on that day, at that precise hour when the Virgin had promised the sign, before a crowd of over 70,000 people, the sun began to dance in the sky, spinning wildly, changing colors, approaching the earth and then returning to its place. And pay close attention. It wasn't just the faithful who saw it. There were journalists, anti-clerical journalists, atheist journalists, communists, Freemasons, who had gone there just to mock the faith of those poor fools. But do you know what they wrote in their newspapers the next day? They had to admit it. We saw something inexplicable. Can suggestion make the sun move in the sky? Can it make thousands of people see the same thing at the same time, even those 50 kilometers away? Can it instantly dry the clothes of those who were soaking wet? No. Suggestion does not have this power, and we all know it. And for those who say that God does not show himself to everyone, where are they now? The miracle of the sun was a sign for the entire world. It was a direct message, not for a few, not for the elect, but for all who had eyes to see and hearts to receive. But that is not all. The Lord has not left us with just one sign, but many. And the second proof I bring to you today is the tilma of Guadalupe. Have you heard of it? The image of the Virgin Mary miraculously appeared on the cloak of Juan Diego in 1531 in Mexico. Science has studied it, and do you know what they discovered? That this agave fiber cloak should have disintegrated in 20 years. And yet, it remains perfectly intact after 5 centuries. But that's not all. When scientists analyzed the eyes of the Virgin painted on the tilma, they found something incredible. Inside the eyes, they discovered a reflection of the very moment of the apparition, as if it were a photograph taken in 1531. But there's more. Studies have shown that the temperature of the fabric remains constant at 36.6 degrees Celsius, the same as a living human body. Moreover, experts have found that the colors of the tilma are neither painted nor woven in any known way, and no known pigment can explain their formation. It is a divine work, an undeniable sign that God exists and is acting in our history. And it is no coincidence that this sign appeared at that precise moment in history, as an evident message from God to all the peoples of the Americas. A sign that we can still see, study, analyze, and venerate today. And finally, brothers and sisters, let us speak of the greatest gift the Lord has left us, the Eucharist. It was the Lord himself who gave it to us at the Last Supper, when he said, "This is my body, this is my blood." And yet, people still do not believe. But the Lord has provided proof of this as well. Think of the Eucharistic miracles that have occurred around the world. Think of Lanciano, Buenos Aires, Sokolka. In each case, consecrated hosts turned into flesh. And when science examined them, what did they discover? That the tissue was heart tissue. And not just any heart tissue, but the heart of someone who had suffered, a heart that had been tortured, a heart that had experienced the passion. And even more incredible, in all these Eucharistic miracles, the blood type was always the same. AB, the same blood type found on the Shroud of Turin. In the Eucharistic miracle of Lanciano, the heart tissue shows extreme suffering with visible wounds indicating a violent death, the very same that our Lord suffered on the cross. And yet, that tissue has not deteriorated after centuries. It is as if God himself is saying to us, "Look, believe I am here." Brother, sister, now that you know all this, what will you do? Will you pretend nothing happened? Will you continue living your life as if nothing had changed? As if you had not just received the proof that God is real, that Christ is truly present in the Eucharist, that the Catholic Church is the way, the truth, and the life? Or will you open your heart? Will you finally say, "Lord, I believe, increase my faith"? Do not delay, do not wait, do not say, "Maybe one day." Today is the day of your salvation. There is no more time for doubt, for indecision, for lukewarm faith. And let me tell you one more thing. If you think I am lying to you today, if you believe that what I have said is not true, then investigate. Because you will only find confirmation that everything I have spoken about really happened and is right before our eyes. You can see the tilma with your own eyes. You can read the scientific studies on Eucharistic miracles. You can check the newspaper articles on the miracle of the sun. It is all true. The decision is now in your hands. Will you accept the message of our Lord? Or will you, like 2,000 years ago, turn your back on him and remain indifferent to the truth? Now that you know the truth, will you choose Christ or Barabbas? If this message has touched your heart, if you want more people to know the truth, then take action. Share this video with everyone you know, so that no one can say, "I didn't know." Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. Tell me if this has changed something in you. Share your experience. Subscribe to the channel to receive more content that will strengthen your faith. Because we are called to bring the truth to the world. Because Jesus said, "Go and make disciples of all nations," and that is our mission. God bless us all.